Oh my God. I was dead asleep and I didn't mean to. I like closed my eyes at 8 o'clock because I was like, is my audio correct? I was like, oh, I'm just gonna shut my eyes. I'm just gonna shut them ever so like little. And I said, Siri, wake me up at 9 o'clock. And did I wake up? No. No, I did not. Hello. XCal literally saved the day because I hear that doodle because I sleep with my headphones on. It was like doodle call from XCal, and I said hello, and he's like, you got some peeps chatting in the live chat, and I said, oh my god, oh my god, I did it to him again. I would say like I wish this wasn't something normal I do, but I have done this to y'all before in the live chat. I'm sorry. And no, I'm not taking my hat off because I've been sleeping on my hair and I look like Paddington Bear got run over by a train. Holy moly. XCal literally saved the day. Dad, you're incredible. Oh my god, 56 likes and not even a video. My dad watches YouTube. He watches Clash of Clans YouTubes and like woodworking ones and other stuff. Oh my god, does this... Oh, I've got some sound. Dang it. That's okay. It's from the fan. Is that better? Can we work with this? Can we work with this? I lived in Wisconsin. I have the fan on. I don't know how to turn it off at this point. I'm like I let the dogs out. I put them to bed, and now I'm here. Oh my god, we have 66 likes. I'm so sorry. What are we doing tonight? I know everyone's doing it. I didn't realize everyone was doing it until like I did it, but I just want to focus on her social media fast from the Lord. Brittany Dawn settled with the state of Texas for what I'm kind of upset about. Only $400,000 she's paying to the state of Texas, and I think they're paying it out to people who got shmammed by her. And just in case you forgot, Emily D. Baker says getting settling is not winning a lawsuit. So let me I'm gonna play the channel members, and I get it. This is such... That's okay. I'm not gonna keep complaining about myself. I'm gonna play the snarkies, then I'm gonna play the disclaimer, then we're gonna go right into it. So 1 second. Here we go. Let's go. I really have been considering changing my intro into just saying, like, we're civil and respectful here, and we believe a lot of different things. Don't be a dick to us, and we won't be a dick to you. You know, and that would be like 8 seconds, you know? I'm just kidding. Sorry, Mom. I love you so much. Oh. You have to sub, but you're paid talent, XCal. You're paid talent. It's $2.99 a month, and you're retired. So I'll pay. I'll when you come back. I'll here, XCal. I'll PayPal you $2.99. Except, do I know where my phone is? No. I'll PayPal you. I'll PayPal you, XCal. Then you can be a snarky. Thanks, Mom and Dad. And I think my parents have extended the invitation to adopt any of y'all in the chat who need decent human beings for parents. Thanks, XCal. I really had a bad mental health day. Nice to hang out with you tonight, keeping my mind off it. I'm really sorry, Shadow. I hope you have a better night. Eliza, hello. Was I 2 hours late to my own live chat? Oh, you're still here? We just got here. Greetings and salutations. Clowntown, listen. I fell asleep at 8. And then I said to Siri, who let me down in the worst way possible, please wake me up at 9. I have the 9 alarm. I slept through it. Then I get a call. XCal's calling you. And I go, hello? And he's like, were you supposed to have a live chat? There's a lot of people in there. And he's like, and there's still 14 people in there. So you know, like, you can still have a live stream. And I'm like, oh my God, I did it again. I'm sorry. I'm battling a toddler still awake at 11:30. Oh my God. All the best to you, Alt Miss Frizzle. We need another shot stream. When XCal comes back, we're going to get some whiskey and we're going to have a shot stream and we're going to talk about someone, either Debbie Fab or, uh-oh. Sorry, I'm good. Hello. XCal pulled us through. Literally MVP of the chat. What? Do we have any good... I wish we had a good... What emojis do we got for XCal? We just need to make him his own emote. Hearts and hype in the chat for XCal for saving the shit out of this stream. And Mom, I'm sorry for cussing. Yeah. Yesterday, he went to bed at 2 a.m. and I cannot do it again. I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh. There was one stream where XCal poured himself some wine and we were either talking about some MLM guru and, you know, just kept we kept going. And XCal got sassy at the end there. He did. Dad emoji, hell yes, let's go. I wish YouTube had the emote game that Twitch does. Yes, I'm slowly making mine. I think I get about 20 now. I'm still at work. I have no access to alcohol right now, so I'm electrolyting it up. Mom's gonna be like, DC, did you drink any water today? And no, I did not. Oh, I drank clearly Canadian. Hi, Christina. Hi, Corinthians. A beer for XCal. Okay, here's what we're doing. Where's my file? Is it this one? No. Is it this one? No. Brittany Dawn. Let's go. And I know. I'm sure. I'm sure that most of y'all have seen people do this. Bigger YouTubers have done this. I always find it interesting when people do the social media fast And then they do the social media fast to avoid the scrutiny of a settlement with the state of Texas for what you did when you were a scammer, influencer, workout person. I just find it interesting. So here we go. Reaction on the right. I'm actually going to be on the left, I guess. Okay, live chat, let me know. Do you like me being on the left? I'm like using my hands. Or do you want me to be over here? Oh, we can't be over here because of my light sources. I need XCal's help to fix my lights. I can be over here though. And I can get mostly my arm. Oh, there's two of me now. Delightful. Okay. Clearly Canadian is spicy water. It's fine and it counts. If anyone wants a good overview of Brittany Dawn, Scam Goddess just did a really good episode. Sweet. Let me give you the snark notes that would give you a failing test in school. Brittany Dawn is a influencer who is, I would guess by the beauty standards in America, is beautiful and thin and has the charisma that most influencers need and maybe none of the ethics. And so she was, as most people do, wanting to monetize her thinness or her fitness and her beauty for good. Oh, wait, not good. Maybe greed, because she got into a meal plan Merc. And she said that she could help people with eating disorders and that she could help people who wanted to lose weight, because why wouldn't everyone want to look like her? And so people bought $1 million, I think, a lot of money, a lot of her plans. And come to find out that people on the internet who buy the same stuff can find each other. And they found each other and they all realized, or a majority of them realized, they got the same freaking copy and paste food macros. Or they got macros that didn't even help them fuel their body. And the rage was real. And not only was it real, the the Attorney General of Texas said, what the hell? And so Brittany Dawn made a quick pivot from fitness to church. And now she is a religious influencer who is exploiting her fostering for money and her miscarriages for money. One of her reels on YouTube has 28 million views. So her shorts... Wait, no, popular ones. Okay, I'm sorry, content warning. Miscarriage, fertility, religious manipulation, Brittany Dawn. Those are my content warnings. And she called herself an eating disorder soldier. So make sure you go check out Clowntown's recommendation to, like, if you want the details of all this, buckle up. Let me see why this is locked. I have a little bit of sound. I just have the fan on. Okay, we're gonna fix this right meow. Or now. Oh, because this isn't on Google. Google. Forget it. We're not going to watch this stuff. We're going to watch her. I'm going to do the most convenient timing ever. Goodbye, social media. B. Haney, I think, has covered this. And a lot of other people. And Isabella Lanter, I think. And I am just looking at it from the interesting side of you are hiding out from social media and saying that it is something that God has told you to do. When what might have been better is saying, I settled with the state of Texas. I'm sorry for doing something outside the scope of my ability, and the end. Yep. Yep. Yep, yep, yep. Excal is so bad. This woman has so many followers still, and she's made over $1 million. Yep. Dad, she puts her foster kids day one on social media. She covers their face, but she makes money off of kids coming out of traumatic situations. And then Dad, if my dad's still here, she makes like $4,000 a person for some of her retreats she does. It's just wild. Oh, 600. I thought there was one of them that was more expensive. I'm sure she'll be back in a few weeks. So we're going to watch this one now 1 month ago.
Hello, YouTube.
Hello, YouTube. I didn't mean to say that about her voice. I'm sorry. The fact, in my opinion, when she has threatened people on the internet and her voice sounds different when she's saying, I have a PI and I'm coming for the people who have talked bad about me. And then she has this voice when she is doing her PR tour. I've got questions. It makes me irritated. I'm still on. You deserve a break, Excal. I hope you get to play a lot of games. He's been helping, like, paint and pack up my house and stuff. The sudden turn of some people toward fanatical Christianity, prosperity gospel, honestly scares the absolute shit out of me. Okay. Are we ready to rumble? I wish for some reason my arm is bleeding. Okay, I'm just going to put that on there. I don't have a Band-Aid. Okay. Do we have that? Hold on. I have it somewhere. I have ready to rumble somewhere. Where would I put it? Ready to rumble. I know I have that. I'll have to do it for next time. Okay, I've wasted enough of y'all's time. YouTube's going to be like, what happened? It's been on for so long, but it only started at 11:30. She's becoming an excellent televangelist. I just watched the first Shiny Happy People episode, and that's when I realized the similarity. Oh, that's terrifying. That's terrifying. And I'm not going to give any spoilers, but if y'all believed what the parents said on national TV, content warning city for that. And thank God they put content warnings on that documentary because it's freaking wild. Harper, hello. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Sometimes they are, but most of the time not. I don't have anything. Well, y'all know. Just me and my scan and my sleep pillow impression from just waking up. Welcome to my channel. Don't forget to sub.
YouTube, and welcome back to my channel.
Oh, we can't hear her. Why can we not hear her? Because it's too low? Because her audio sucks?
Hello YouTube and welcome back to my channel. This is a weird video to be filming. I think I saw this coming. The Lord has been prompting me to do what I'm about to share with you guys, but the Lord made it so evident that it is now.
The Lord made it so evident? Or settling with the state of Texas for $400,000 that you knew was going to happen? What? I missed my alarm to go live at 9:30, and I set my alarm for 9 because sometimes it takes me a while to wake up. And when I tell you, when my headphones are like, doodle-doodle-doo, Excal is calling, and I was like, hello? And he was like, hey, you got some people hanging out in the chat. And I was like, oh my God. Oh, but I'm here now. Yeah, I did. I fell asleep hard for some reason. What makes me more angry about and I know their views on people are bad, the way they treated their daughters makes me enraged. After you watch that documentary, or if you even read the lawsuit, and Emily D. Baker went over the lawsuit, the way they treated their daughters makes me enraged. This is going to be 17 minutes of our life we can never get back. So, Linda, hello. I love that y'all have parties. We're all so comfy cozy here with the kazoos and the lint rollers that it's going to be a good time. Oh my God. I'm sure. Thank y'all. I crashed. I stressed myself out today. I called Excal and my mom a million times, and they were like, go put something peaceful on and try to, calm down. And I took care of the dogs, and then I was like, I'm just going to lay on my bed for a minute. And 3 hours later, here we are. I love that y'all can have it. Oh, I was on... Oh, top chat. The ruiner of chats. It's even... So, this is something that you can see on the TLC show. So, this isn't me giving anything away. The girls were responsible for making sure that their brothers didn't look at things that could make them lust. So, they were always they were told and required, when they went to New York City for interviews or when they went all over the world, they would be on the lookout for provocative ads. And what is provocative? Anything, basically, if it's a woman on a billboard, counts as being provocative. So they would tell their brothers Nike, so brothers would all look down at the ground, and all of that burden was placed on the girls. But that wasn't even worse after what Josh Duggar did. And what really happened to the girls was awful. Just awful. Technically, it's 9:30 somewhere. That's true. I think it's 9:30 in California, where I think it's 9:30 on the West Coast. My dad's gonna be snarky. It was just 9:30 here. It's hard to look away. It's 9:30 in Washington. Oh, Ray. I hope you have a good night's sleep. Yes, and the story that they were allowed to tell that wasn't true. Oh my God. It's wild. It's wild. I could rage on this. I'll probably, since we opened the Discord back up again, I'm probably going to rage on it there. I'm sorry. We're talking about Brittany Dawn.
I am going to just dive into what this video is about, as you guys know by the title. First,
you have millions of followers and you also don't own a microphone. Maybe I should just throw my microphone away. Maybe I should just throw my microphones away or donate them. And then I should have a fan blasting in the background. And then I should make content. Maybe that's what I'm missing.
First and foremost, let's talk about rest as a Christian. I have always been a type A, go-getter, have a goal, set a goal, have a plan, follow that plan to a T kind of girl, can never sit still. Like,
we have a rickety little Discord that's held together with scotch tape and cardboard. The link, I will chat with y'all later. I'm gonna drive. Okay, Clowntown, bye. Yes, but I'm just letting y'all know I sometimes hermit, and my only request is that no name calling, even though we can talk about people at more length there. There's a rules tab, not because I am a dictator, but because I think that we can have tough conversations about lots of things, and there's lots of words in the dictionary that don't have us calling people names or degrading them and stuff like that. So as long as we're all good with that, I will send the Discord link. It's going to be open for 6 hours and then it'll shut off. So I'm going to invite people, edit invite link. It's going to be open for 6 hours. And I'll do it again. And I will kick people that break the rules. No, and there's no limit of uses. Here's the new link. It's open for 6 hours. I have to let you into the hidden channel, so once you join, don't worry. I will do that in a second. Here's the Discord link. No Discord in the Discord. Oh, in other words, we get to be grown-ups on Discord. Excal's in there, so everyone has to be on their best behavior. Yep. What's up, Rhiannon? Howdy. Yeah, so if you join, I will have to let you into the hidden chats because it's like a funnel system, not in making money, but to protect everybody who is in the live chat. And please make sure to link your YouTube and Discord. Okay.
Like ever since I was a little girl, that is just always how I've been. Go, a million miles an hour. But that can become very, very toxic if we're performing from a place of performance rather than rest, right? Like even as a Christian, there is a time and a place to work and there's a time and a place to rest. The Bible tells us both of those. There's a time for every season. And I am in a season where I just need rest.
Are you in a season where you need to be off social media because there's going to be a backlash from a tsunami-like backlash about the settlement with the state of Texas because of what happened when you were an influencer fitness person? Server settings. I'm just going to keep an eye out on it over here, and I will create... No. You're going to be put into a role called the Late Night Live Crew. And that is... Oh my god, so many of you just joined. 1, 2, 3. Tatiana. Lori. Micaiah. Modest Hermit. Hello. I just added a bunch of y'all in. There's a welcome chat, but that's the first layer. There's hidden channels now that y'all can access. Okay.
have been so many things going on. I have felt the Lord prompting me to rest for quite some time now. And I think I just kept pushing it back because I was like, well, I have this and I have that. And I had the podcast launch, which was absolutely incredible. And I love being a podcast host. Don't get me wrong. It will be 10 years in August that I have been an influencer. That being said, one thing I've learned is that our work never shuts off. Unfortunately, my work follows me on my phone. And so there's days where I'm just distracted. I've got a million things going on my phone. I'm trying to answer calls and texts and emails and this and that, and making sure I hit deadlines and making sure that I'm filming. And I kind of shared a lot about the inside of what it looks like behind the scenes on a certain podcast episode that I will link below. All of that to say, it can get very weary and very tiring if you are not performing from a place of being rested. I'm not talking about physically rested, because I am physically rested. I'm like the girl that needs 8 hours of sleep every night, okay? I'm talking from a spiritual soul place. If your soul is not rested, it's hard to show up every day. Like, I
just have a question. Would it not be maybe a lack of peaceful feeling if you were feeling guilty about taking advantage of people and saying that you could help people with eating disorders and then giving them a copy and paste macro calculation because you got in deeper than you should have with what you could offer? And then you had them also pay like a shipping fee, even though it was a digital download. Would that maybe be the reason that it was hard to be restful? I'm just asking. I'm not being very fair either. I know my dad's going to call me and be like, DC, that's not fair.
love my job and I'm so grateful for it every single day. I absolutely love doing what I do and getting to just share God's truth and the love of Christ with my platforms is the most.
Okay, but wouldn't the love of Christ also be somewhat being able to maintain the privacy of your foster kids so that they wouldn't be exploited when they've already come out of a dangerous, potentially dangerous family situation? And then you are using them to make money that they're not going to have access to because they are going to probably be placed somewhere else. Ooh, I'm so ragey.
Most incredible blessing, but we all have to rest at some point. I have not fasted from social media since 2019, which is really just crazy. I mean, I always sat
when you had the backlash from the diet stuff. You don't no, whatever y'all want to do. There's lots of people who are Christian who claim or want to do social fasts, and it's like, mute people, put a timer on your phone for app usage. Let's relate with it in a way where we can learn self-control. And if it's making you unhappy, mute people, and then click on as many animal videos as you can, so that when you get on there, you're not getting slimed by stuff. In Jesus' name. Oh my God. Oh. Hopefully, let me just add members. Oh my God, there's more of y'all. I just added, the list is clear right now.
Sabbath on Saturdays, but I have not intentionally broken up with social media for an extended period of time to fast and seek the Lord. So starting on Saturday of this week, you guys will be seeing this video on Thursday. Starting on Saturday, I will be from social media entirely. I will be off YouTube, I will be off Instagram, I will be off TikTok, I will be off Facebook, I will be off everything. Eliminate now, I guess that's the thing. Like, I will be off everything. It feels really weird to say that. It also feels very
privileged.
Just relieving. Even when we
It feels privileged that you have a lot of money that you got from people. You live in a beautiful house because of social media, that you can take a break whenever you want. And people who have jobs where they cannot take a break ever, what are they going to do? They're just not being Christian if they are Christian because they cannot take a rest when they're working maybe 7 days a week on something.
We travel, even when I've traveled in the past, like before I even met Jordan, when I was traveling solo, I always worked on those trips. Like, I've never just taken time off to rest. And saying that now, like out loud, makes me realize that's not good. Like, this is so long overdue. And so it is time, it is time. This all started last night. The Lord has been prompting me to take a break from social media for about a month now. And then last night I went to dinner with my girlfriends, and one of my best friends.
I think it's telescamulist. I think that's what it is. It's a telescamulist. Oh my God, Con for Christ. Oh my God. Clown Town. Most people can't take the time off, but go off, I guess. And as Snappy says, the fraudacity of this statement on social media. And she was hoping it would go viral, and it didn't. 28,000 views. What do I know? I've never gotten 28,000 views on something. XCal, you're a champion of champions. You're the best dad on the planet. Hope you have a good rest, and I'm sorry that y'all have to do all this without me. Please tell Mom I love her too, even though I just talked to her earlier. And I love you too. Oh my God, because Telly can work for phone too. Grifting for God, Con for Christ. We're going to make a poll. We're making a poll right now. I can't not. Okay, hold on. We're going to go to YouTube, and we're going to go on the back end. Where did it go? I should have done a better cover. I should have started on time. What is happening? I used to do lives because I couldn't sleep. Some of my medicine makes me sleep now. I want to add a poll. Start a poll. Which do we like best? Telescamulist. Con for Christ. What was the other one? Wait, what was the other one? Con for Christ. Fraudacity. Grifting for God. Okay. Grifting for God. Okay. We have any more? Okay. Okay, community polls up. Don't let me down, please. We like them all. But also, we are going to be using the fraudacity. And we're making a shirt, too.
Is fasting from social right now. Another one just finished fasting from social. And I'm just like, I need to do this. Like, I just need to do this. And so we got in this whole conversation about rest and seeking the Lord and, you know, surrendering everything that could possibly become an idol to the Lord. And we've all been there, right? Like, it's so easy.
Am I supposed to be taking this seriously when there's a fan blowing in the background? I'm trying to be good, but I am not. Well, if we want to vote for all three, I should have done a fourth option.
Easy to wake up in the mornings and you roll over and the first thing you check is social media. It's so easy to get distracted from social media when you're trying to be intentional with your quiet time with the Lord by opening God's word and saturating in the word of God. And suddenly you get distracted because you get a text message or a notification, that dopamine.
Have we not heard of muting? Your messages are turning your phone off when you're reading the Bible? No? There's an off button for your phone. Why am I being an asshole? I don't know. Look, if you've not licked the stream, does this not warm your heart in such a way that would make you want to lick the stream? Does it not? Stream Goat would appreciate the sacrifice of the thumbs up, even though I am 2 hours late for this live stream. Also, shocked Pikachu at everything that Brittany Dawn is saying right now. Also, this. Where we have our, I don't know where my ranch is, but we got our Thousand Island dressing because this is just word salad.
hit, and then you're hooked and you're on Instagram for the next 30 minutes, and then your quiet time is just done and you don't have time to pick up the word of God the rest of the day. I've been there. We've all had idols on our hearts before. We've all had things that have come up and have distracted us from spending
Telling the truth. Not loving money more than you love the ethics of treating people the right way. I don't know. The golden rule. This makes me frustrated. I'm not saying this as a perfect person at all. I'm saying it seems like it's so loud, the hypocrisy of this.
time with God, getting in his presence, like I said, saturating in the word. And I just don't want social media to be that for me. I feel like I have pretty healthy boundaries with social media.
I feel like I have pretty healthy boundaries with social media, but I'm always looking at my phone all the time and I'm distracted. So I'm going to be going on a fast, even though I do have healthy boundaries with social media. Okay. What? That is a good point, Sarah. I do not want authentic Christians to be offended at all. The premise being feels like what she's doing in terms of trying to PR her way out of a situation she behaved her way into, and while she is experiencing a smidge of the consequences of her own behavior, she has used her platform, twisted theology for money. That's the issue for me. That's the part that makes me angry. Because my parents are good people and they're Christians, and I know there's lots of good Christians in the chat who are incredible and wouldn't do this. It's the using foster kids for views on TikTok and bringing God into every single part to get into a market to take more money for people. That's where I'm coming from when I say that. And I am sorry for offending Christians in the chat. I did not mean to do that. I'm ragey right now. I am. The stuff that Brittany Dawn does under the umbrella of being a follower of Christ rubs me all the wrong ways because of how I've grown up with really good people who did really hard things because they were Christians, and it didn't put them in a glamorous spot. It didn't put them in the pathway of riches that they sacrificed so that they could treat people around them well. And this is so far from that. So I'm going to take the poll down. And I'm going to end the poll. And we're going to pivot and we're going to keep watching this. And that's where I'm upset right now, for sure.
This a little bit. I don't consume a lot. It's a really slippery slope with the comparison trap for me. It's so easy when everyone's posting their highlight reels online. And so
I have really good boundaries with social media, but I'm fasting from it because it's a comparison trap for me. So I don't want to look at it instead of deal with it.
So I don't consume a lot. I have this thing where I don't get to consume until I've posted or I've shown up on my page.
And I really do appreciate that because there's been streams that I've been a part of where I really felt scared that people would know that I was the person that they were villainizing. And I don't want to villainize Christians or people who have beliefs that are genuine. It makes me angry because of how influenceable I am and what she does for money makes me I feel angry about the way that she exploits to make money, for sure.
since that is my job every day. Yeah, so just setting little boundaries like that have really helped me cultivate a healthier relationship with social media over the last couple of years. But at the end of the day, it's social media. We are all hooked on our phones. I don't know that any of us would know how to act if we didn't have our phone with us and we are just completely detached from it, which is a really sad thing to say, right? Like, I'm preaching to the choir. Like, I would feel the same way. I would feel like something's missing, something's off, because we're so used to having our phones on our hands, in our hands at all times, readily available to see what other people are doing, watch what friends are doing, pay attention to, you know, people we look up to, all of those things. And I just don't think that's healthy. There comes a time where you have to break free from that, even just for a short period of time. And while 2 weeks might not sound a lot for most of you guys watching, because I'm sure quite a few of you have taken multiple breaks from social media, maybe you don't even really have social media and you just have YouTube to watch videos that you like. 2 weeks is a really good start for me, and that is what the Lord has asked me to do. So I am going to be taking a break and stepping back fully from social media for 2 weeks. If the Lord asks me to go into a third week or even into a month, I will absolutely do it, because at this point, I just want what God wants. This is not even just like a break from work or a break so that I can rest or go on a vacation. This is literally a social media fast. And it's crazy.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that for 1 second. And someone's going to say, you can't judge her intentions. I've been in marketing for, how old am I? Almost 15 years. It is coincidental that she has had her settlement with the state of Texas. And I don't know how that information got spread around, because normally settlements are private. But she's paying that out. That just hit. And it is convenient that she is still doing her social media fast. It doesn't seem like it is coming from God. It seems like it's a strategic PR move so that she can avoid the shit hitting the fan. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. I don't even know where my phone is right now. I think it's upstairs somewhere. But I got a call, so I don't know if this connected with my computer downstairs. I don't know. I feel like I'm getting gaslighted. Good point. Good point. But I think she had to. I think she had to say, this is God telling me to step away, so that people wouldn't assume or accuse her of hiding because of the stuff coming out. Wouldn't it be so refreshing if she had a live question and answer and didn't read from her phone and said, you know what? Sometimes life kicks you in the teeth because of stuff that you did. And I took advantage of people intentionally or unintentionally because I got myself in deeper than I should have, because I wasn't qualified to help people with eating disorders. I wasn't qualified to write macros. And here I am, and the consequences of my behavior. I'm on a payment plan with the state of Texas to pay this money back because we've settled, which is not a win. So yes, I did something wrong. Wouldn't that be refreshing to hear someone say? And again, it's what they can prove, and it saves on court fees. Oh no, what, Hermit? I think it's 400,000. Yeah.
crazy because I haven't done that since 2019. And even in 2019, it wasn't as structured as I'm going to be this time around. I plan on spending a lot of time outside. I plan on spending a lot of time with the horses. I plan on spending a lot of time with my husband and just doing things maybe even around the house.
Don't even bring your horses into this. There's too much to cover on this stream. There's been allegations she has not been paying or caring for her horses that she has. So, and even I think the stable came out and spoke out against it because she was lying.
That I've been wanting to do and really just seeking the Lord on so many different things. There are huge moving pieces in my life right now that, again, I don't want to step out.
Is it the huge moving pieces of you settling with the state of Texas and having to spend a lot of money every month paying the state of Texas back because of the workout plans that you wrote saying that you were an expert in eating disorders and that you were copying and pasting macros? Is that the big things that's the moving part right now?
God is not there. If God has not asked me to step out, I do not want to step out in front of him. I have that reverence for the Lord of like, God, if you're not in it, I don't want it.
God is also not associated with scamming people. God is also not associated with lying to people. I know there's non-believers, there's atheists, there's all different types of religions in my chat. Why not just tell the truth? Why not just tell the truth? Okay, Diesel and Marianne, I just added you. Oh my God.
I'm sure it's going to be hard. I'm sure it's going to be weird when I'm done.
I'm sure it's going to be hard not being on social media, exploiting your foster kids.
With my social media fast, I will absolutely document that for you guys. I will probably even do a podcast episode over it. It's just going to be really interesting seeing the difference. I'm sure Jordan's going to notice a difference because there are so many times where I'm like, hey babe, like hang on, I gotta do this or that, or I'm not quite done editing this. Like, can you give me 10 more minutes? And I hate that, right? But that's
hire I'm trying not to curse. Hire an effing editor. You make more than enough money on social media. Hire an editor. Hire an editor. Oh, look, sleep line still on. You can't even see it. Oh my God. Oh. I added you. Now, the way that I have it, people can get into the first level, and then I approve them to go to the hidden channels. So, hopefully, back. A chat for you is the hidden chat, and everything else is hidden. Hey, everyone. Welcome. I'll just say that. So you should be able to see that. The welcome chat. Oh my God, there's so many of you. Oh, there's more. Holy shit. I'm so happy to see all y'all there. I just did a post at 12:21 a.m. Y'all, that's the hidden chat, and so are the ones below. There's a lot of lists to keep things organized. Okay. Server settings. Roles. I'm just going to keep an eye out on the late night live crew role so that, and we'll just keep that there. So maybe not with this one, the other ones, she has been making money off of them. all the two, I don't know how many foster kids she's had. I'm saying in general, posting your story and then posting your fostering. And we've done a few, we listened to one of the podcasts on the fostering. It is probably a difference in opinions. I am not a fan of putting kids on social media. And I say not a fan I have big feelings about it. I have big feelings about putting foster kids on social media and making money off those posts, because posts with children get more views and get more money. And I know that from a work perspective. I know that from an analytic perspective, from what I used to do when I was still able to work. That's what makes me angry.
That's life, that's work. And so, yeah, I'm really just intrigued to see what happens. All of that to say, starting Saturday, I will...
It does, but she puts a little heart over their face. And that still counts to me. Maybe that makes it legally okay. That makes it twisty for me. I still wouldn't do that.
Be taking a break for my soul, for my heart, for my mind to reset, for the Lord to speak to me, heal me of anything that I need to be healed of, deliver me of anything I need to be delivered of. You guys, deliverance is so real in today's culture. People get this like idea in their heads that deliverance looks like, you know, something they've seen in a scary movie, when in reality, like, even as a Christian, we go through different seasons where we need deliverance. You know, that sanctification is a process. So who knows what the Lord could...
Sanctification is a process. There's an easy, and this is ex-cal. This is what my dad has taught us. Apologize. When you do something wrong, go to the person and look them in the eyes and say, you're sorry. And I'm not talking about differences of opinion. I'm saying that if I've done something to hurt someone, I want to hopefully not be an asshat about it and go to the person and say, I'm sorry that I hurt your feelings and hurt you because of what I did and what I said. I'm sorry and I mean it. And it doesn't mean that you have to forgive me, but I want you to know that I am remorseful and I don't want to do that again because you're important to me and I don't want to hurt you. That would be a start. Talking to the people that you took their hard-earned money from and saying, I'm sorry for what I did. I was wrong.
Do in my life during these 2 weeks. Maybe I'll paint a bedroom. I don't know. I feel like there's just so many things that I could get done on this 2-week break from working, from being on social media, which is crazy, right? But you don't realize how much time you spend distracted, you spend filming stuff, you spend on TikTok, guilty as charged. Like, it happens to all of us. And so I'm really excited to see what the Lord does with this time that I'm surrendering to Him, and I'm trusting that He's...
Talking about surrendering to God, and then to also be taking advantage of others seems to be opposite. It seems to be opposite in the way that, like, magnets repel each other. Like, they can't even get close to each other because they're just so different.
Gonna do a good thing in this, and I don't know what that good thing's gonna look like, right? But like, that's not ours to know until it's come to pass. So like I said, starting this Saturday, I will be fasting from social media, from all socials, and it's gonna be really interesting, and I'm really excited. The only thing that will still be going live is on my podcast.
I'm not going to take the financial hit from a fast because that would be too much. on the screen, there's some text that read, any post you see on YouTube Shorts or YouTube Community have been scheduled ahead of time to allow me to fully step back for 2 weeks. And there it is, the hypocrisy of a lifetime. And you're going to say, but DC, that's how she makes money. I don't care. I do not care. When my cousin and his husband were fostering to adopt their son, they would put stickers over his face when they posted on Facebook. The difference is they are not monetized on social media. I just cannot. It would have been different. Look, maybe this is me being an asshole. It is. I'm trying to be real on YouTube. I'm trying to do, like, still what makes me happy. Like, I know gaming streams don't do well for the algorithm. I know that's some kind of, like, pull. I don't care on YouTube, okay? I'm trying to do things that I'm passionate about and figure life out. It with also the trying to make up the income that I lost when I had to take medical leave, because I am responsible for all my bills. So I understand making money from AdSense now after doing it for a few months. I would have said, you know what? I'm taking the L monetarily as well, because I know so many other people did too, because of the decisions that I did back in 2018, 2017, 2018, 2019, when I was incorrectly offering macro calculations and telling people I could help them with eating disorders, and I could not. So I'm not scheduling anything. I'm not posting anything new. But she didn't do that. She did this so that she could still make money when she took a step back from social media. It's a freaking vacation.
My podcast episodes will be going live every Tuesday, even if I'm gone for a longer extended period of time. And that's just because everything is pre-planned and pre-recorded and ready to go live well beforehand. It's gonna be weird. It's probably gonna be really challenging, especially in the...
What's gonna be challenging about it? Not having to go do physical labor for your job? Not having to go get yelled at if you work in customer service by someone who's upset by the price of an item, or that something's messed up on the garment and you don't have the authorization to give them a discount, or that someone accidentally typed in the wrong number and charged them the wrong amount and they can give them a refund, but you have to sit there and get yelled at, or you have to have a soda can thrown at your head because someone doesn't want to wait in line for to pay for it, or you're not having to work out in the sun for 16 hours a day in construction, or in like the health and like sewer whatever management, or waste management, or planting trees, or in factories, or I don't know. What's going to be difficult about it? Seriously. Oh my God. Lori gifted 5 DC memberships? Thank you. That's so kind. Where's XCal? Oh my God, that's so kind. Clown Town was gifted a membership by Lori. Thank you so much. Enjoy your emotes. Y'all, thank you so much to Lori who did that. That's super nice. Y'all, the emotes, I'm going to be making more. Factory Gang A. My husband's grandmother worked in a factory for 40 years. and she's incredible. Dang, were you working with me? Not to be funny, but retail is rough. It's rough. It's rough. Lint rollers for everyone. We're doing the lint roller giveaway for Snarkies, which are members, on the 24th of this month. And it's going to be a good one, and you can pick the color of lint roller you want. It's really good. Okay, let me refresh this. Nope, no members came in.
The mundane moments, I feel like it's such a bad habit for me to just pick my phone up and start aimlessly scrolling on something. So Lord help me, deliver me of that.
Or a nurse.
So it's not goodbye forever, but I am going to be taking a break.
Yes, I'm in the medical field. I'm sorry. I'm I'm sleep deprived. 17 years in retail was enough for me. And y'all who are nurses and doctors, it's not. I don't know. I have no good things to say.
And I cannot wait to see you guys on the other side of whatever lies ahead. If you feel like joining me on this fast, or if you feel like the Lord is prompting you to fast, I would highly encourage it. Some of my best friends have been fasting from social media and they have never felt better. They're like, it's the most incredible thing. And so if you need clarity, if you need answers on anything, the Bible literally tells us that there's some strongholds that cannot be broken except through prayer and fasting. Whatever that might look like, maybe you need to fast from food, maybe it is social media. There's so many different ways to fast from something that we naturally lean towards, right? It could be coffee for you. There's certain things that you can fast from. The Lord sees that, and he sees you in your struggle and your willingness to die to your flesh and die to yourself, and that it glorifies him. If you feel like you just need breakthrough in your life, I would highly encourage you to fast from something. Seek the Lord.
Incredible.
Ask the Lord what it is you need to fast from. For me, it was social media, and he highlighted that pretty much immediately. So here we are, starting the fast this weekend, going for 2 weeks. It could be longer. It might just be 2 weeks. We'll see what the Lord does. As always, thank you guys so much for stopping in on my channel, and I will see you guys in the next vlog. Bye.
Thank you for volunteering. Oh, we just got a kiss by Brittany Dawn. Nope, go back. Oh, go back.
1, 2.
Oh, sorry. Oh, God. I deleted social media. Here she is.
Hello, you.
This is the 3-week mark. We're here. New to your lives, welcome. It's a little bit chaotic here, but we have a good time. Leave my coffee out of this. Yeah, so I go live a lot. We talk about, I have commentary, cults, and crafts on my little headline thing because it's a commentary channel. I comment on mostly the unethical parts of multi-level marketing, which to me is unethical recruiting tactics, unethical business practices, and unethical healthcare claims. And then we sometimes do these streams with crafts. We're going to do a craft along starting next week. And we also play games. It's, I don't know. Welcome, I'm happy you're here. It's 12:35 a.m. and I'm getting ready to go to work. Amanda, I hope you have a great day at work. Bye, Britt. I think I missed something. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. My cousin, who's in his mid-30s on dialysis and working 40 hours to support his 10-year-old son. That's hard work. Just leave Brittany. That's incredible. Also, when I was a bartender, I had a customer throw a lit cigarette at me when I asked her to pay for her drink. Oh my God. Worst feeling in the world, waking up with hiccups. That's the worst, Tanya. Yes, seriously, thank you so much. And T, thank you. I appreciate how supportive y'all are of each other in the chat. Oh my gosh, you're MLM dropout too. Let's go. What MLM did you leave? All right, here it is. 8 minutes and 42 seconds. Oh my, it took us an hour to get through 10 minutes. Okay.
YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. It feels weird being on camera again because I have
Does it feel weird being on camera without a mic again because it's loud as hell in your car?
taken a hiatus from social media, which has been really, really nice and really necessary and just really needed in this season. So I wanted to hop on here.
You can edit your videos, but you cannot fix your sound? Shout out to all you audio engineers whose ears are bleeding. I am not an audio engineer at all. You can fix this. You can fix this. Oh my God, Diesel. 5 gifted memberships. Thank you so much. If y'all, Amanda Ray was gifted a membership. Camouflaged Life was gifted a membership. Brooke. Susie Q. Oh my gosh. Lint rollers in the chat for everyone. Y'all, thank you so much to Diesel. That's so kind. I don't know what to say. I'm just shocked that anybody wanted to be members and that y'all gift memberships to each other. Enjoy your emotes in the chat. We have blue and purple kazoos. We've got Erin Cult Alert that she said we could do. We've got Twisty. We've got a cat going what that I'm going to make a shirt of. Woot woot. Why do they always sit in the car? I don't know. I wouldn't do this. It's raining memberships. Kazoos to It's Raining Men. Oh my God. I love it. Holy shit. I'm so glad you're out. Oh my God. I'm guessing you've seen some of the Jessie Lee Ward videos that we've done. I'm just gonna take a gander that you've seen those. Not just in the car, but in the driver's seat. Indeed, Rebecca. You get a lint roller, and you get a lint roller. Indeed. It's raining kazoos, hallelujah. Oh my God.
Here, this is going to be a shorter video. I just want to share some of the things that I've learned on this break. Reasons why I would advocate for anyone to take a social media break, because it has genuinely...
So this, when did you do this? 5 days ago. So the other video is from a month ago. So she took 3 weeks off. So now she knows everything, and we're going to find out everything. We've got a happy potato. We've got a floof alert. We've got a press present button. We've got the baby. I'm going to fix the baby snark one. I'm going to fix, and we've got twisties. Avery Joe is working on a shirt design for us that I really like. If you don't like purple, you're not going to like it. I love it because it's going to have a pretzel on the sleeve and it's going to have twisty, or it's going to have a pretzel on the front pocket if we can get comfort colors, and it's going to have twisty on the back.
It changed my perspective and my life on a lot of things. So I initially started out going for 2 weeks. When I got to the second week, which was Sunday of this week, this past Sunday, I realized I wanted to keep going. Saturday was technically my last day on the fast. Sunday was there, and I could have gone on social media, and I just wasn't ready, which really caught me off guard, but it really made me sit and reflect on why it was that my heart didn't feel ready to get back on. And that is always where the Lord shows up. I have quite the list on my phone of notes that I took as I was feeling different things throughout the social media fast. And so I'm just going to start there, and then I'm going to jump into the things that I've learned. The first day was pretty easy. I Sabbath on Saturday. So the first...
You Sabbath on Saturdays? from what I understand, in the Jewish community, their Sabbath starts Friday evening and then goes to Saturday evening. So it's a full 24 hours. And depending on... Oh, my headphones just died. No. Hold on. Let me switch them out. Dadgummit. I don't know. Feels like you're co-opting someone else's stuff, but maybe I'm being too picky. I'm trying to put my uncomfortable earphones in. Like, I don't think it's normal to get scabs and, like, have your ears, like, bleed when you put, like, plastic in them. Okay, we're back in business. Professional. With the ear pods. That's a joke. That's a joke. I'm going to be annoyed with the white. Okay. I can hear the sound of everything. That's okay. Okay. She's going to blow my eardrums out. I just know it. I literally know it. Oh my God. Yes, and some Christians do have Sabbath on Saturdays. You all are correct. I guess the casualness of how she's talking about it is what rubbed me the wrong way. She didn't change religion. She's doing a mishmash. Wait, Rebecca, what? I was raised Catholic, so we had Saturday evening mass. I get a scab inside my ear from my earbuds sometimes if I use the wrong size. See, I'm using the okay, this is embarrassing. Do y'all see how small my ears are? They're like this, they're small. And so I have to use the small inserts, and I tried to make these ones where you put them in hot water and then you customize them, and they hurt like hell. And then I get scabs and they bleed in my ears, so that's why I do the over ear ones a lot. So okay.
First day of my fast was a Saturday. It didn't feel any different than a typical Saturday would. On Saturdays, I don't work and I don't get on social media, so it didn't feel any different. But then day 2 came around, and it also so happened to be Mother's Day, which, if you follow and listen to my podcast, I already did an episode over that entirely. Mother's Day was a catastrophe. I had an emotional breakdown in a big church, and it just wasn't pretty. So day 2 didn't really feel hard at all because I was already not in a good emotional place. And typically when I'm not in a good emotional place, I don't get on social media. That's a healthy thing to do.
My God.
So day 1 and day 2 just felt normal. Day 3 was where
That's incredible, Blaze Goddess. My dad was approved as a kidney donor for me. Had to share, so excited and grateful. That's amazing. I'm so happy for you. That's so awesome. I'm sorry I missed it. That's incredible. That's so awesome. Oh my God. What's happening? I know that's going to be life-changing for you. I do need to do Lick the Stream. It's just so hard because we have our... Oh, dang it. Oh, not dang it to that. Oh, Stream Goat is just so cute.
Lick the Stream.
You know, just Stream Goat's the cutest. This is what I should have done for the screenshot. Thriller.
Got a little weird.
8.5 thousand views 5 days ago. Big whoop.
I found myself naturally trying to gravitate towards social media. I found myself wanting to open up social media apps, and it made me realize how many bad habits I actually have. Like, it is not normal to grab your phone and immediately go to social media when you don't know what to do with your time. I've never felt so productive as I have these last couple of weeks, which has just been so refreshing. So yeah, it definitely felt weird. There was like an adjustment period. The first week was really challenging. It was very tempting. I found myself naturally wanting to open up Instagram and YouTube, and I did have videos scheduled out, but if you guys saw those shorts going live, they were previously scheduled, so I was not on social media at all. That's the other thing, is it made me realize how much more present I could be in the moment if I stayed on top of scheduling out things. It's not...
So you just went on a social media fast because you are running your socials from your hip pocket? Is that what you're telling me? Because what the hell? What do you mean you can have a lot more things done when you schedule them out? You've been on social media for 10 years. What are you talking about? What is happening? I've been on social media for 10 years and I didn't really take advantage of scheduling shit. Ma'am?
Healthy to be on social media 24/7, you guys. Like, no one can convince me. No one can convince me otherwise of that. As someone who has had this career, because that's what it is for me, as someone who has had this career for 10 years, it'll be 10 years this August, so like 9.5 going on 10, I cannot stress enough how important it is to take an intentional social media break, whether it's for 3 days, whether it's for...
I'm an expert. You should take a social media break. Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe some of us have had different coaches and different experiences. Look, do whatever you want on social. I don't give a flippity flop. I really don't. It doesn't have to be draining. It doesn't have to be awful. It doesn't. Okay? I'm just not really that excited to take business advice or social media advice from Brittany Dawn, who had settled with the state of Texas because she was scamming people out of macros that were copy and pasted, and then said she was an eating disorder expert when she wasn't, and now she's a social media expert who didn't understand how to schedule stuff. Is it an eye roll of a lifetime? I don't know. I just want to go. Did she not know that before? That's a great question, Patricia. I'm confused. I'm so confused. If I missed something, I'm sorry. I'm a slow reader. Oh my gosh. Someone said, "Hi, Clowntown. I love your content." Clowntown's awesome. I'm not doing a good job linking everyone. I will make sure they're all linked in the description below. My dad basically woke me up from I was out cold. I was sleeping, and then my dad was like, "Hey, did you have a stream scheduled?" And I was like, "Oh my God." And that's why I was 2 hours late. Sorry.
3 weeks, whether it's for 3 months. I mean, that's not to say that I might not go off the grid for a month or so again. It was so refreshing and so nice. And what I can say is this will be a part of my regular every year. Like every year, I'm going to make myself take 2 breaks. And in those 2 breaks, I'm going to use it as time to reset and focus on my relationship.
Like a vacation? Like in a regular 9 to 5? Where you pre-schedule your content, you still get paid and you don't have to work? I invented sliced bread, but you didn't invent sliced bread. Someone else did, and you're taking credit for it. 9 to 5s already have this.
With the Lord and hear from the Lord on where he wants me to go next. Because I've noticed that the Lord's voice feels the loudest to me when I'm my stillest, which again, I don't find coincidental in any capacity. When we are still, when we stop our busy life to silence ourselves and sit with the Lord, he's so faithful to speak. So that goes into my first point. First thing that changed was my relationship with the Lord. I just felt like his voice was so loud. I could hear him every day. I just felt like I had so much peace on things I had prayed into. He gave me answers immediately, it felt like. And initially that's why I wanted to do this fast, because I wanted clarity on some things in my life. So that was a really beautiful thing. Number 2, I was more focused. It is insane to me how productive.
The cuts that are so clear and without noise going into the busiest background noise of her air conditioning. I know, and I don't want to scare people away from making content. And honestly, like, what do I know? I've never had anything go viral. I have never had a video get 10,000 views. And I have lots of, like, weird sound stuff that hold me back sometimes from being able to enjoy content. And then she's got millions of followers and thousands of views, 454,000 subscribers. What do I know? I haven't really put my knowledge to good use in terms of being strategic on YouTube. I'm just like, hey, I like talking to the live chat, and I like streaming, and I like having long form conversations.
If I felt in this 2.5 week, almost 3 week fast. There was no comparison games. There's no getting online to see all these things that everyone else is doing and getting distracted. And
I was going to say sweetie. Actually, I was going to say habibti, but man, go to therapy. Go to therapy. Go to therapy.
Going down wormholes. And speaking of wormholes, that leads me right into my third point, because I'm trying to keep this somewhat short. I was so at peace. You know, it's so easy on TikTok to go down rabbit holes of doom and gloom, of the world is ending. And
that's because TikTok has access to your camera and looks at your facial expressions and takes into account you sitting on taking a long time on a specific TikTok video and what you pause on, so it knows what you want to be looking at. So you could look at bunnies and puppies and it would be a wildly different place for you on TikTok. What do I know? I don't know anything.
I'm not here to say what my stance is on any of that, because I do believe that the Lord is coming soon, but we do not know the hour nor the day. No one knows the hour nor the day that is biblical, that is scriptural, that is in the Bible. So it's so easy to fall down those trap holes where all of a sudden we're having a great day.
Thank you, around the
world.
world.
You see a video that makes you fearful of these things in life, and all of a sudden you're living in a state of fear. You feel paralyzed, you feel fearful, you feel trapped, and that is not the Lord. So I realized how toxic TikTok can be. I realized how toxic social media can be, even Instagram.
What is the scam? I mean, what's the toxicity? Someone saying, hey, can you please apologize for taking advantage of people and making a shit ton of money off of their sacrifice, and they paid for something that they didn't get. What would that look like? I did something wrong, and I got out of my depth, and I made a mistake, something I shouldn't have done. People who don't have certifications or qualifications around food shouldn't be giving food advice, and I did. People who don't have any certifications or licensures and the ability to deal with people who are working through eating disorders shouldn't say that they can do that, and I did that, and I was wrong. And probably sorry will never be enough. I've settled with the state of Texas, and that amount is $400,000 that I'm paying to them with a payment plan. And that is not the amount of money that I got from people. And I know it's going to make people upset. And I don't expect anyone to forgive me. This is where my behavior has landed me. And I'm going to move forward and not make that mistake ever again. I don't know. Refreshing.
That to say, I had never felt so at peace. My anxiety levels were dropping, my stress levels were dropping, and it was just amazing. The next thing, Jordan and I had so much quality time, you guys. So much quality time. At one point, he looked over at me and he was like, babe, I'm really enjoying this social media fast. And it's not that I ignore him by any means, right? Like, my job is no different than any other, but the only thing about my job is...
Your job is different than any other... Your job literally is different. Your job is different.
It's hard to shut it off sometimes. And I'm so proud of myself. I have really gotten better about this over the years because I've learned the hard way. However, that's not to say that there's not days or nights where my work goes until 7 or 8 p.m. And I wish...
I'm sure that the people I'm sure that some of the money is going to the victims. And social, like, I don't know if part of the money is going to go to the court fees and the rest is going to go to the victims. It's different when it's the state bringing the smack down, if that makes sense. She had to pay her lawyer, and she's having to do the payment plan, and I think people are going to be getting a payout. I hope.
That wasn't the case, but when I work for myself, sometimes I don't start until later in the day because of meetings or this or that, and I have that flexibility, and that flexibility is beautiful. But there are definitely moments where I feel like I have to put time with my husband aside to finish my work, to hit deadlines, to reach goals, and it was just really nice to have a break from that. So if anything, it's taught me that I want to be more present once he gets home from work, so I'm going to try to move my schedule around to accommodate that. Mother's Day was tough. I'm not going to go into the details of that. I will leave that for my podcast. If you want to go listen to that episode that went live this week, you can click the link down in the description box below. A lot of emotions there, a lot to unpack, and I had Jordan on this episode to help me through it. The other little thing I started...
Where does Jordan work? Where does Jordan work? Am I going to be an asshole? I'm not going to be an asshole on live. I'll be an asshole when I'm not on live. Okay. Good decisions. We're making good decisions together.
I started doing press-on nails. I took my nails off for majority of the fast, had no nails, which was honestly a really nice reset. And then I got these press-on nails, and I think I'm in love. So I think I'm going to start going this route. They're really easy to
I have another thing to shill now.
Apply.
Are these red aspen? If these are red aspen, I'm going to lose my shit. If you like red aspen, that's fine. I'm talking about Brittany Dawn having another con to make money off of people through a situation that she created through her fast.
They're a little bit healthier on your nails, and also you can change them out as often as you want, which going to a nail salon is a whole process. I can't stand sitting still for an hour and a half. It literally drives me crazy. I'm just not someone that can sit there. So press on nails, it is for me.
You've done it for 10 years. What do you mean you can't sit there? I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand.
And the last thing I realized was I was so bored. I felt so understimulated. I felt super uncreative some days. And so because of that, I started painting our guest bedroom. I've been wanting to do this project for quite some time. Finally got around to it with this, which has been really, really nice. I'm not quite done with it yet, but I got majority of the room painted by myself, white, 3 coats of paint on the walls, which is a lot when you're doing the ceiling too. So
You needed 3 coats of paint on the wall? Primer and 2 coats? Okay. What do I know? What do I know?
super proud of myself for that. It's coming together beautifully. It's going to be very similar to the nursery, which is like a modern farmhouse-y vibe, but like not super farmhouse. Like I like the more modern side. Yeah, I'm really excited for that to come together. There were also some just really big projects that Jordan and I have been discussing and working on in the background that are really exciting, really nerve-wracking, life-changing decisions.
Like having to pay a large sum of money every month to the state of Texas because you settled a lawsuit? That one?
And it's been really fun to just dream together in this fast. I know the Lord wouldn't put desires on our heart if it wasn't His will for our life, so we trust that. We traveled a lot. We had to go to Kansas City. We went to San Antonio. And then we have a lot of travel coming up, which is really exciting. I said this was going to be a short video. It's already like 13 minutes long, at least on my camera. Once I edit, it'll probably be 10. So I want to keep this short and sweet because I know you guys also like the shorter videos. If you've ever thought about doing a social media fast or you feel encouraged to, I want to encourage you. If you feel like you need it, take it. Nothing's gonna happen. The world is not gonna end. It's really easy to feel like you might miss out, that FOMO, right? That fear of missing out on things. But trust me, you'll be so thankful you did. As always, thank you guys so much for stopping in on my channel, and I will see you guys in the next vlog. Bye.
Oh, we've been kissed twice by Brittany Dawn, and I hate it. Ah, yes, a much needed break from scamming people who loved and supported you. Ouch. It's disturbing that these women are still hanging on your every word, but it's wonderful that you've been held accountable for your acts. And you, ma'am, are no victim. Please stop hiding behind religion and labeling social media as toxic when you have added to the problem by defrauding your supporters. Oh my God. I guess it's too late for them to take those comments down. I love you so much. Hilarious, keep them coming. Once a con, always a con. Hi, Brittany. I hope you can be a child of God and pay those people the money you stole from them. Blessings. I think it's a $400,000 settlement, but maybe it's $5 million. You took a break because you owe $400,000 to people you scammed. How did the lawsuit settlement go for you? $400,000. Home Depot is hiring. Oh my God. They're definitely like deleting some of these comments because this has been 5 days and there's only 73 comments, so they're controlling them for sure. Good night, whoever is going to sleep. We're going to look at our podcast. Oh, the social media break. It's 15 minutes. How long have we been streaming for? Oh, we have time for this. I'm scared.
You're listening to Chiseled and Called with Brittany Dawn, a podcast about finding freedom in imperfection and peace in your broken pieces through Jesus.
Peace and you're broken.
Our prayer is that today's message will bless you, embolden you, and fix your gaze on the King, that it will stir up the calling God has placed within you. Without further ado, here's your host, Brittany Dawn.
Who recorded that? Making peace from your broken pieces? Who wrote that? Oh my God. I'm going to be a little bit bigger. I'm going to be an egomaniac. I'm going to be a little bit bigger. Just a smidge. A drop. This is the worst intro music.
Well, welcome to the Chiseled and Called podcast. I am your host, Brittany Dawn, and today's episode is going to be a little bit different. It's only going to be 5 or 10 minutes of your time today.
Another lie. It was 15 minutes. It's only going to be 5 or 10 minutes. 5 plus 10 is 15, but that's still a lie. I don't know what to say. I do not know what to say. Fiddlesticks. Shocked Pikachu? We're shocked that we were not told the truth. Again, holy shit, her rankings have dropped. 2.9 stars out of 2.2 thousand ratings. Holy moly. Oh my God.
A lot has happened. I have been MIA for the last few weeks from social media. By the time that
Can we not say MIA when it's associated with the military and missing in action? You were not missing in action. You told us that you were not going to be on social media, and you weren't, and then you came back. Okay? That's it. That is it. Oh my God, the mouth noises. This is awful.
this episode goes live, I believe it'll be 25 days, which is crazy. I never thought.
Sorry for her ableist language. Sorry for her mouth noises. Sorry, rip to the microphone that she could have. God. Okay, I'll give you an example. Comfy Kitchen Linda does her streaming from her computer and has very good audio for being in a kitchen. It's very pleasant to listen to. She's super conversational. It's not an audio nightmare. And it's super, it's fun to hang out. You don't have to have a bunch of money to do, streaming. But she's spending a lot of money on this podcast. And we can hear every single, mouth noise you could imagine. I need to take some Benadryl. Sorry. I'm itchy.
That there would be a time in my life where I would intentionally want to step away from social media for almost a full month. And I am here today to just share some things that I've learned on my social media break.
Yes.
Share why I decided to extend my social media fast, because as of now, I am currently still on that break, and why I've loved it so much. It's honestly felt so weird being offline. But it's also been the most refreshing thing that I ever could have imagined. We have traveled a lot. We went to Kansas City. I went to Austin.
Good.
We
Fair.
went to San Antonio,
Fair.
and I'll get to that here in a minute. But as someone who has been on social media as their career for now almost 10 years, it'll be 10 years this August, I never really took intention behind taking a break. I never really thought of doing it. I never thought that it would genuinely help me out. And I was so wrong. The truth is we all need to detach at some point. And this is definitely going to become a regular part of my plan every year. I'm already thinking of when I'm going to incorporate it again, possibly during the holidays, but also the holidays are my favorite time of the year. So I'm just kind of torn. I don't know. We will see what the Lord nudges me to do, because ultimately that's why I took this fast. I felt like the Lord was nudging me to do it, and I was obedient, and it was hard. And I've also noticed that the Lord's voice becomes loudest in my life when I'm my stillest. And I definitely don't think that's a coincidence at all. So by the time you guys are listening to this, it will officially be the day that I'm back on social media. So my episodes go live on Tuesday. This one is going live on Tuesday the 6th. Yes, Tuesday the 6th. So that will be when I'm back on social media. Initially, I was going to start at 2 weeks. And I kind of talked about that in my YouTube video. I actually didn't even give you guys a heads up on my podcast that I was taking a break because I had a lot of episodes pre-scheduled. On my YouTube channel,
So does it count as a break? I guess I should say this. I don't know. I don't know if I should say it. Why has no one told her she doesn't need to make out with the mic when she's talking? I don't know what kind of microphone she has. She certainly has enough money to have a decent one. So this mic I have is does a lot of blocking out of noise. My travel mic does not. It's not bad. It's the one I got to travel with because it's a lot smaller than this one. It does a lot of the noise gate's pretty decent on it, and you don't have a lot of mouth noises. I don't know, but and this is just from YouTube. There's certain mics that you want to have a certain distance away from your mouth. So this one, you want to be about a fist way away. And so if you don't want to have your mic on camera at all, you can get a cloud lifter for this so it can power it more, and then you could probably have it off screen. I don't care. I don't mind it being on screen. I don't know what mic she has, but she doesn't have you seen Danielle Ryan set up? She has the little, the smaller version of this, sure. And she also has a guard on it that also protects it it cleans it up even more.
I mentioned that I was taking a 2-week break, and I mentioned why. And I said that if I feel like the Lord nudges me to go longer, I will absolutely go longer. And I did. I got to the 2-week mark. It was time to get back on, which was a Sunday. And I looked at Jordan and I was like, babe, I don't think I'm ready. I don't think.
You can also take out those mouth swallows. This is a podcast. Podcasts are supposed to be like an audio heaven. It's supposed to be an audio oasis of goodness. You're supposed to be able to like enjoy it and do other stuff instead of like listening to someone swallow and stuff.
I'm ready to get back on. And so I didn't, and I extended it another week, and I feel great. And I'm so glad that I did that because, like I said, we've traveled a lot. And one of my takeaways that I've noticed is how present this has allowed me to be, how beautiful it's been just living in the moment, not worried about checking in on social media or checking notifications or reading through comments, and just being with my people. That has been the best takeaway that I have experienced from this fast, and also obviously growing so much closer to the Lord. So before I dive into the things that I've learned on this fast, I also want to kind of preface with the reason why this episode is so short is it's really just a space filler, I guess.
Sorry.
I wanted to update you guys on my social media fast, but more or less, I want to announce that I am starting a 5-week series next week. The change in my tone was so obvious just now. I just realized how obvious that was. This is a 5-week series about everything I've endured the last 4.5 years. I've been telling
everything that you have endured the last 4.5 years? What about all of the people who lost money to you? I'm sorry my face is itching, and I'm also... I don't understand.
telling you guys that this day was coming. I've been praying that this day would come. And now that it's finally here, it's been hard.
Because you settled with the state of Texas and have to pay $400,000 over a year and a half to pay back the people that you took money from that they didn't get what they wanted, that they didn't get what they thought that they were going to buy from you?
It's been a lot to process. It's been a lot for me to process during this fast. That is one of the reasons why I stepped back and took this fast, was because I felt like the Lord was nudging me to do so.
No. You were so close. I took a break because I wanted to sit down and process that I scammed people out of money, their hard-earned money, because I promised them something that I couldn't deliver on. We're going to rewrite one of these podcasts one day, but we're going to put in what should have been said.
To get clarity on a lot of things in my life. My life has been so chaotic the last 4.5 years. And sometimes you just have to shut out the noise to hear the Lord's voice. And I'm so grateful that I did that. And so I say all of that to say, starting next week, which is literally a week from tomorrow. So starting Tuesday the 13th, there will be a fight.
Starting next week.
Starting next week, which is literally a week from tomorrow. That's how weeks work. Oh, God. Oh, my God. I know. She's trying to be somber, and I don't think I'm going to be able to get through this without Baby Snark. I really don't. I just don't. I don't think this is going to be possible. Starting next week, which is literally a week from tomorrow. But you said that you pre-recorded all of these, that they were going to go out because you had all of your work pre-scheduled.
5-week series on both my podcast and my YouTube video. And
Wait. You have another podcast? Say it isn't so.
And while I'm not going to come out and tell you guys exactly what that series is about, I promise you, you don't want to miss it. It's probably the hardest thing I've ever done. It's easily
No, I think probably saying sorry is the hardest thing you've ever done, which you haven't said. You've just been forced to pay restitution for not all of the monies that you took from people.
the hardest thing that I've ever talked about. There have been a lot of emotions. I am literally married to the most incredible man. Jordan has just held my hand and cheered me on and supported me through this. And man, why am I getting emotional even just talking about it? Whew.
Because you did something wrong, and the state of Texas said absolutely not, and they were able to bring you to court with evidence or bring you to mediation so that you would settle with them, and settling is not winning, okay?
It's scary. It's scary being vulnerable. It's scary opening your heart up. It's scary sharing your story. It's uncomfortable. And one thing that I've learned in my life,
You get to feel bad when you do something bad. It's okay to sit with those emotions because hurting people is bad. Okay? Okay? Am I wild for thinking this? What is happening? Oh my God. I don't know. I'm sorry I have to get through this with Baby Snark because I cannot do it with regular. We're halfway through and she hasn't said shit.
and one thing that I tell so many people
Oh, the voice.
when I'm trying to speak life to them or encourage them in a tough season is the most beautiful things in our life require vulnerability. I mean, really think about it. Like,
When have you been vulnerable? Saying sorry would have been a show of vulnerability. It would have been the show of humility to say sorry to the people that you took money from.
getting in a relationship, that requires vulnerability. You're risking your heart being broken. Getting married, same thing. That requires vulnerability and you're risking being hurt. Not to say that like divorce, but I'm saying like that person's gonna let you down at some point, even as your spouse, and you have to go in knowing that. taking a leap of faith to start a new business. That requires vulnerability in both your emotions and your mental sake and also finances. So even just sharing your story with what feels like the world, I know it's not the whole world, but it feels like that is, right? Because anyone in the world can log on and see everything we share on social media, whether you have 300 followers or 300,000 followers, it doesn't matter, because you're putting your message, your life, your story out there for anyone to see. And that also requires knowing that these people can also tear you to shreds. And
People are losing their shit because you did something that harmed other people and you refuse to look in the mirror and say it publicly. I did shitty things to other people and I was wrong and I'm sorry. And I'm going to make restitution and pay everything back. As long as it takes.
I've already been through that, and I don't bow to that anymore. I bow to the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, and he has released me to finally speak. So yeah, that's what's coming. That's all I really want to say about that, because again, it's going to be a 5-week series, so you guys are going to get it.
Have we read a different Bible growing up? This makes me mad for all of the good, Christians that I know, like my parents, and I don't know what I call myself anymore. My husband is a good Christian. I say good. I know that they wouldn't even classify themselves as good. People who have morals, who choose to try to do the right thing over the comfortable thing. And how do we even process this? That you are listening and honed in to the voice of God and doing things that he's telling you to do. I'm skeptical because I'm just curious what kind of behavior you're doing now lines up with what is talked about in the Bible. And I know there's non-Christians and non-believers and atheists and other religions in the chat. I just got questions.
An earful starting next week on both my podcast and my YouTube. And if you want information on where to find that, you can look down in the show notes below. I'm going to hop in real quick and just share some things that I learned, because I do want to keep this podcast on the shorter side today. And I'm literally not even reading a script. I just have a list of things that I learned, and I'm trusting the Holy Spirit to lead me in this one. So
you have been reading a script every other time. Great.
The first thing that I noticed in my social media fast was my relationship with the Lord.
Is this a fucking repeat of what you said on YouTube? Didn't she say that her husband was going to be on this episode?
It truly felt like his voice was so loud. I told you guys a minute ago that I intentionally stepped into this fast hoping for clarity on some things in my life. And I'm not kidding, within days, I had heard strategy from the Lord. I had supernatural visions from the Lord, and everything fell into place. That is how good our God is, that when we remove ourselves from the chaos and the noise of our life and we step into his presence and we sit with him, without an agenda, without a timeline, with no distractions, he is so faithful to show up. And so that's what he did for me. So that was the first thing that I noticed, was just my relationship grew so much deeper with the Lord. It felt so intimate. I found myself weeping. I found myself getting emotional, which again, I never want to get to a place where I don't feel those emotions for the Lord. We just sat with, I was with my girlfriends this weekend, and we were talking about Israel, and some of my friends have been to Israel, and they were just sharing their heart, and they were weeping at the dinner table. I never want to lose that empathy, that feeling, those emotions when I'm
As someone who's a weeping willow, I feel like I can speak on this a little bit. Empathy and feeling the depth of the wrongness and how you treated people and took their hard-earned money at scale so that you could get rich off of something you couldn't deliver on. The empathy that you would have had for them would have immobilized you to try to do the right thing and make things right until it was made right. I am confused that you say that you're an empathetic person with how I've seen your behavior play out online. I'm not saying I am like the whatever, the maven, whatever, the speaker of empathetic things. But when I tell you, like, when you feel for other people, or when you can feel things deeply, sometimes it like, it's hard to move under the weight of the sadness or the regret or the things that a large group of people lost, which was their money. And you think, oh, well, it was only a few $100 from each person. You got over $1 million from them, and they paid for something they didn't get. And you get to feel bad about that. And you get to experience that. And hopefully that experience makes you not do it ever again. And oh wait, the state of Texas says that you don't get to do that ever again with any diet stuff ever. And now you've moved on to religious stuff. Sorry if I'm skeptical that you call yourself an empathetic person.
Talking about Jesus, like, that is a dangerous place to be. And so I just felt like everything was so heightened and more bigger, I guess, is for lack of better words. Just everything was so clear, so crystal clear to me. I was more focused. There was no comparison. When I'm working on social media, I've got to-do lists and checklists and calendar and Notion and my Google Calendar and all these things to make sure that I'm getting big projects done and hitting deadlines. I was so productive being off of social media, like so much more productive than I ever am when I'm on socials. I wasn't distracted by what everyone else is doing. It's so easy to go down those wormholes of, you log on for 30 seconds and before you know it, 30 minutes have passed and you don't even know what you were looking at. You totally forget. You went down rabbit hole after rabbit hole after rabbit hole. We've all been there. And so just realize
it's called doom scrolling. Okay, whatever.
How much more productive I was when I wasn't being distracted by everyone else's life. We were not wired to consume all day, to consume what everyone else is doing all day. We were wired to consume the King of Kings and to lavish in his word, to saturate in his word. And so when you still yourself from social media, you not only can grow your relationship with the Lord, but you're also going to feel more productive. The next thing is that Jordan and I had so much quality time. Not that we don't have that to begin with, but again, I shared with you guys on my YouTube channel that it's so easy to work later into the day with my work. I don't really have a set schedule. I am my own boss. And because of that, I can start work later in the day and I can finish it later in the day, or I can start it as early as I want and be done by 1 o'clock. So it has that flexibility and it's a beautiful thing, but just being able to be.
I know everyone needs to breathe, but you can edit that out. I don't know what to say. This is hard to listen to. I'm sorry. Yeah, she has a organization called She Lives Free or She Lived Free or whatever, and she charges people a bunch of money to go on these retreats so they can hang around her, and she makes money that way. And so they have food, and they have worship, and they have... I'm using air quotes not to be disrespectful to the Christians here. And spend money on whatever you want. I really don't give a shit. I'm dubious of someone who's gone from influencing in the fitness space to influencing in the religious space, and then to proclaim that you are this enlightened Christian and you still are being awful to people. I just have questions.
Fully present with my husband. Like I said, we went to Kansas City, then we went to San Antonio, and then we...
Did they go to the house of prayer? Oh my God, did they go to the house of prayer? International House of Prayer. Did they go there? I bet they did go there. Established 1999. Engage with the prayer room. All of these people work for free, and they are supported by people in their home churches paying for them to live. I bet they went to the house of prayer. Oh my God. The internships, you work for free for like 20 hours a day for no money, and you have to get people to support you, and you get indoctrinated into this stuff. Children's Equipping Center. Center for Biblical End Time Studies. Forerunner Church is their church. IHOP U Online. International House of Prayer University. I bet this is where they went. They have worship 24/7. Sorry, distracted.
I just went to Austin with my girlfriends. So not only just being able to be present with my husband, but also being able to be present with my friends. You can't put a price on being able to be fully present in a moment without worrying about checking in online. It was so refreshing. The next thing I realized was that I was at such peace with my life. I quickly realized that when you're not scrolling and comparing your life to someone's highlight reel, you are suddenly...
I don't get mad when I look on Karina's stories and she's hanging out with her beautiful son and they're doing fun things together. I don't get mad when I see that Amber is taking care of her plants and working out on her Peloton and having awesome rants about taking care and fighting for people's rights. I don't get jealous when I see people who have been struggling with infertility, that they're showing that they're pregnant. I'm happy for those people. I don't get jealous or oh my gosh, what must be my life when I interact with my friends on social. I'm cheering for them. So what are you talking about? Or when someone's going through a hard time and you can send them a message and send them a heart or send them a hug emoji and saying, I'm sorry that you're going through that, or I'm sorry that you lost your pet, or I'm sorry that you lost your grandparent, or whatever.
This is amazing. So content with everything that the Lord has given you in this season. It's not rocket science. I mean, there's so much research behind. People are literally happier when they have less social media in their life. And I immediately felt like my self-esteem went up. Not that I have low self-esteem, because my self-esteem comes from the Lord, but just all the things. We can all get caught up in the comparison trap. We log on to social media to check in on a friend, and before we know it, we're on the Explore page on Instagram, and we're comparing our life to someone halfway across the world that we don't even know who just posted the most beautiful photo. That's not...
I don't know. Maybe I'm confused. Oh, I mean, maybe it's someone's yarn stash for sure. I'm happy for people. Even in the midst of being someone who's depressed and working through big emotions, I'm happy for people that I would say, friends with on social. I'm happy for them. Like, genuinely happy for them. And I could be happy for them and working through my shit at the same time.
What God intended for us. And it was just incredible watching God's peace overwhelm me when I decided to put the phone down. I felt less stressed. That was a huge one. I feel like my stress levels are pretty average on any normal day, but sometimes, just like with anything on social media, it can add to it. You might come across those like world is ending videos. I talked about this in my YouTube video that is going live today as well. And you find yourself once again going down these rabbit holes, and before you know it.
Okay, if you're talking about rabbit holes, use the logic and use resources and use primary sources to debunk stuff so that you can remove the uncertainty and the fear if you're worried about something happening.
You're overcome with anxiety and fear and stress and worry when God did not give us a spirit of fear, you guys. God gave us a spirit of love, of sound mind. He wants us to be patient and kind and gentle and trusting in Him. He wants us to rest in His presence, not find fear, not find anxiety, not find things to worry about on social media. He wants us to trust that He is good and He is God, because He is. And He is covering us. We have protection in Him. I also found myself feeling kind of bored at times.
She's going to be going on a PR tour to save her reputation and to give us the best twist possible about why she did what she did and how she is going forward with the lawsuit, because that's what my assumption is.
I love being a content creator. I love being an influencer. I hate that word, but technically that's what my career title is. That's what so many people's career title is. And I found myself feeling understimulated. I love editing videos. I love taking photos. I love editing photos with, presets.
Filters?
And whatnot. I love just everything about it. It's so much fun for me. Well, it might stress some people.
Just edit out the swallows. The devil made me do it in 3, 2, 1.
People out. I find it genuinely enjoyable. I genuinely love my job, and I'm so grateful to say that. But when you take social media away, it takes a lot of that aspect away. And so I found myself sitting around a lot of days. I would write in my journal, but you can only write for so long before my hand gets cramped, And so I ended up starting some new projects at the house. I started to repaint the guest bedroom. I've been wanting to do this for quite some time, and I finally got around to it. Like, y'all, I would not have been able to accomplish that on my own with social media distracting me, because painting alone is a whole process. If you know what our guest bedroom
I think my brain is breaking.
looks like, I've posted photos of it before. There was a super dark accent wall, and I decided to go bright white, just like the nursery, same exact color. And so it has taken 3 coats of paint, which is a whole process, because then you're also having to paint the ceiling. And anyways, I'm not going to go into that, but basically what I'm saying is it allowed me to pick up new hobbies, to focus my attention elsewhere, to get things done around the house, little projects here and there. And so, yeah, this episode is already getting longer than I anticipated. Anyways, there were so many good little nuggets that I learned from my social media fast that if you want more in-depth details and more in-depth discussion, you can go over to my YouTube page today. I'm actually posting a video tonight. So I think 7 p.m. Central Standard Time is when my video will go live. So if you want to go check that out, feel free to do so. I'll leave a link down in the show notes for you guys. I almost said description box because I'm so used to YouTube, but show notes it is because we're on the podcast. But for now, I'm going to wrap this episode up. I hope you guys have a beautiful week. Thank you all so much for stopping in, and I will see you guys in the next one.
This is like an 80s soap opera outro.
If you'd like to learn more about Brittany Dawn, you can find her personal platforms and ministry through the social links below.
Her ministry? what makes me mad in marketing is the clickbait of saying that you're going to share something new in your podcast and you don't. It's a repetition of the same thing. You should have had a script, because the thing that makes me mad the most, other than I know technical difficulties waste people's time, but doing the same content on one platform and repeating it on another one when you said it was going to be unique and different and it wasn't, you start eroding at the trust that you built with your audience. I mean, you don't have any trust with me, but it's just so lazy. It's lazy in a bad way. It's just, God. So now she's going for a tax shelter. Maybe so. Yep. I don't even know what to say. I'm here for the 5-week stuff. And what is today? Today's Monday now, because I streamed into the night. So it's Monday, so she's dropping another podcast on Tuesday. And if she is going to be going on the PR tour of her life, we're going to listen to it. Look at these reviews. Holy moly, that's so bad. That is so bad. I don't know. People still really like her. Let me look to see if my I'm gonna see if the person that I was signed up with in Young Living, I think she got off social. Maybe she didn't. Yeah, she hasn't posted in a year. Oh no, May 9th. I guess they moved. I still didn't text her back, and that's on me. It's hard to figure life out. I'm dying to know how she's going to spin the lawsuit. I cannot wait. And I know there's other people covering it. Watch whoever you want to. I'm going to cover it. I just kind of cover stuff that I am interested in. I'm going to be covering Lime Life going forward. I'm still going to cover Young Living. Frickin' Veronica Schreier joined doTERRAble, which is wild, even though she just passed her real estate deal. So, and I do have a submission link in YouTube. If you go to my main YouTube area, in the box at the top, if you're on a desktop, there's a submission link in the corner where you can submit stuff on the link in my bio on Instagram. But I find most of my stuff myself, so, which is not great for y'all, but I'm doing my best. So I'm here for the snarky crew and almost said lint roller gang. I'm a knitter lurker. Thanks for being here. I appreciate everyone who's lurking and crafting, and I hope that you're enjoying the streams and listening and stuff. Yep. All right. I am going to head to sleep again. Thank you so much for having the grace to still be here after I was 2 hours late to my live stream. Mad props, mad respect for XCal for calling and checking on me and getting me awake and raring to go. And I'm sorry that I did that to y'all, and I appreciate y'all still wanting to watch the stream. So thanks so much. And if you haven't liked the stream yet,
Lick the stream.
I appreciate it if you do that. If you like somewhat chaotic commentary videos with kazoos and stream goats and a lovely live chat over here who's incredible and welcoming, then sub. I'd love to have y'all catch another live stream, or I'm going to try to do more recorded videos too. So thank you so much, and good night.